Hey, what's up, everybody? Afternoon. It's about 2:10, and this is just a bit of a video I want to do. Obviously, by now I'm a fan of the Off the Ropes show. I like the way these guys do what they do. I like how they do the reviews. They do the series of reviews on past pay-per-views leading up to the most, building up to the newer one and all that. I like it. I absolutely enjoy it. I find it great. I like when they do the live reactions, especially about with the Rumble this past Sunday. But here's the thing, folks. Here's the thing that really I paid attention to, if you will. And I don't know if this was just part of what they do or if this is really very legitimately how Jeff Siegel, the Schleg Daddy, feels about what's possibly going to happen at WrestleMania. Now, I talked about this earlier in my talking about the WrestleMania 28 build-up that WWE is, doing for it. One of the things that Jeff, along with Metal D and Mr. Rout, talked about at the end of the Raw review, and I constantly watch this over, is the fact that Jeff, along with Rout and Metal D and maybe the rest of the Off the Rope show, maybe a few others out there, they don't want to see, basically have made it very clear, they don't want to see Undertaker Triple H III. And the reason they don't want to see this is because they feel that Triple H will book himself to be the one that breaks the streak. Now, as I mentioned in the WrestleMania build-up video, there is talk that there's been rumors and talks that there could be Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. There's rumors and talks that it could be inside Hell in a Cell, which would make it the first outdoor Hell in a Cell. But let me kind of ease some people's tensions. All right, let me ease your tensions. Let me ease your fears. You see, Triple H does have an ego. I am not going to deny that. I am a Triple H fan. I am not going to deny that either. And I know he has an ego. But as you've noticed as of late, he hasn't had that big of an ego. He's put himself over in his situation with CM Punk. Yeah, he put himself over against Kevin Nash. But let me show you examples of what he didn't do. One of the last times he wrestled in last year was a tag team match. And he could have easily put himself and CM Punk over the Awesome Truth. But he didn't. He allowed R-Truth and The Miz to get the win. Now, you may say, okay, well, that's the exception. He's trying to shut people up. Okay, you have a right to your opinion. But to me, if Triple H had a big ego, wanted to break that streak, he would have done it last year. He would have fucking done it last year when he hit the Tombstone Piledriver on Taker. That would have been it. But he didn't. You see, Triple H, despite how many people feel about the guy, does have respect for Taker. And granted, I understand a lot of people are afraid that Triple H may be the one that breaks the streak this year. And you might say to yourself, well, if it's not Triple H that suggests it, maybe it'll be Taker. Maybe Undertaker will be the one that says, hey, let's have Triple H break the streak. And that might be possible too. Because you got to look at it from both focal points. You got to look at it from a Triple H point and an Undertaker point. But I think Triple H has enough respect for The Undertaker to the point that if they do have Undertaker Triple H III, that it'll be a great match, depending on whether we have a special guest referee in HBK, depending on whether it's in Hell in a Cell, or if it's a combination of both. We're going to have ourselves possibly a great match. And I believe, truly, with all my heart, as a longtime wrestling fan, that The Undertaker will remain undefeated and that he's going to be 20-0 at WrestleMania, and that's how he's going to go out. Because I think that's what they want. I mean, why do you think they haven't brought Taker back until about now? Why do you think they haven't brought him back until about now? Almost the exact same time they brought him back last year. Why do you think they waited? Huh? I mean, yeah, they had him, I think, around for a little bit throughout the year in 2010. I admit that they had him around a little bit. But here's the thing. He was around, but he wasn't back. He didn't come back till February. He was more around in 2010 than he was last year. So what does that tell you? That tells you they gave Undertaker enough time off to basically say, hey, look, we need you back in time for Mania. Hopefully you're healed up. So that way you can have a great match with Triple H one more time at Mania, and thus allow you to go out undefeated 20-0. That's why they kept Taker off television for so long. That's why they didn't call him back to return at the Rumble. That's why they didn't call him to come back at Survivor Series. They wanted Taker at 100% at his very best for one last major run and probably one last WrestleMania match in April. That's why he came back on Monday. And that's why I believe WWE is not going to be that dumb, it's not going to be that stupid to allow Triple H to break the streak, to allow Triple H to make that suggestion, or even to allow Undertaker to make that suggestion. Undertaker has contributed a lot to the WWE, a lot to this business in the 22 years, almost 22 years going on this year. It's been 21 years he's been with this company, been with the WWE. He's contributed more than anybody. His place in the Hall of Fame is certified. His place in the Hall of Fame, he will be the first inductee, not this year, but next year Hall of Fame. Guarantee it. Because the fact of the matter is, folks, they have that much respect for him. He has built up a legacy and a reputation that can never be matched. And that's why I believe, that's why I know as a fan, I believe as a fan, they have a lot of respect for him to the point that they will allow him, if this is indeed his last WrestleMania, to go out undefeated as the only superstar in WWE history to go out undefeated at WrestleMania, to retire undefeated at WrestleMania with a 20-0 record. That's how much respect they have for Undertaker. So guys, at our Off the Rope show, Jeff, Mr. Rout, Metal D, Marvelous Mark, Tasteless Tony, you guys have nothing to worry about. Yeah, a lot of you may not want the match, and I'm sure a lot of people watching this video would agree. But if this is the only way to allow Taker to go out 20-0, then so be it. I mean, again, they could have brought him back a lot sooner, but they wanted him at 100%. They want him at his best for one last round. And that's what they're going to get. I guarantee it. Now you may say, well, you might ask yourself, well, Brian, what are your thoughts on if they do allow the streak to be broken? Well, I'll tell you what my thoughts are. If they allow the fucking streak to be broken, just like all of you, I may not watch WWE anymore. I mean, I probably will, but I'll probably boo the heck out of Triple H. Or, I mean, I don't know what I do. I probably wouldn't pay that much attention to WWE anymore. I'd probably get more invested in what TNA has to offer, and probably get more invested in the UFC now, if they allow that streak to end. But I'm telling you right now, I don't believe it's going to happen. Because they have too much respect for the contribution this guy has made. They wouldn't have allowed him to have the time off that he did, for as long as he did, since Mania last year, just to say, okay, you're going to come back in time for Mania this year. Oh, and by the way, we're going to break your streak. No. They have too much damn respect for the guy, and I guarantee you, he will be 20-0 after Mania, and if this is his last Mania, there's a hell of a way to go out. So, again, I thought I'd just ease your fears, ease anybody's worries, because as a fan, we should know as longtime fans that even though WWE and Vince McMahon have done some stupid things, some stupid and screwy things over the years, the one thing they've always kept constant out of true respect is the Undertaker's undefeated streak, and I guarantee you it's going to continue on after this year. So you don't have nothing to worry about. Whether we want to see the match or not, it's probably going to happen. It'll probably have a special referee. It'll probably be Hell in a Cell. Who knows? But I guarantee you, it will end with Undertaker still undefeated at WrestleMania with the 20-0 record, and that's how he's going to go out, undefeated, 20-0. So you have nothing to worry about, Jeff. You have nothing to worry about anybody else that's wondering the same thing. And that's all I'm going to say. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Video response if you like. I'll talk to y'all later.